How y'all doing today? Today we're going to do a roast. I'm going to do a bottom round. I had never done a bottom round on my channel here. I've always done usually a chuck roast or an eye round. We're going to do a bottom round. It's going to be a low and slow cook here. I think it's going to be real good. I'm going to try to make some gravy with it and everything like that. Maybe some corn and potatoes. But first off, we're going to get started on a rub for the bottom round. That's what we're going to do here this morning. What I'm going to start out with for the rub, I got about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, light brown. I always start with that for my rub. To that, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of salt, just kosher salt. Let me get a fork or something to kind of mix this in as we go. Just break that up. I use light brown sugar here. You could use dark brown, whatever you want. Okay. Got that. And I'm going to go with, I got a tablespoon of onion powder, a couple tablespoons of garlic powder, about a tablespoon of dried thyme and a tablespoon of dried oregano. Got in there a little bit. Oh yeah, it smells real good now. Just going to make a good little bit of rub. I got some cayenne pepper, about a tablespoon, and some cracked black pepper. I've got 2.5 tablespoons of paprika. Then I'm going to take, I've got some of this old Stubbs beef rub. I just like it. I'm going to sprinkle some of that in there just to top it off a little bit. Then we're going to just mix this up. Make a good rub, y'all. And I don't really think I'll need this much. I'm probably going to have to put some of this in a Ziploc bag. Let me mix this up and get right back to you. I got all mixed up. I'm going to transfer some in this little bowl back in here because I don't want to cross-contaminate all this good rub when we start rubbing on that raw beef. So use this first. See if we need any more. Now what I've got here in the sink is about a 3.5 pound bottom round that I washed it off for all you people and dried it. Been letting it sit out and kind of get down to room temperature. Now I'm just going to take this rub and just rub it on there real good on all over. We'll get this side and we'll also get the other. Okay, so I got it all covered in the rub and let that sit there for about 20 minutes and let that rub just kind of cure on it before we brown it off. Now that the roast has had a chance to sit there and marinate in those good, that good rub, we're going to brown it up. A little oil in a pan in my Dutch oven. I'm going to put the roast fat side down in here and let it brown for a minute. And I'm going to do it about, I guess, 3 minutes on each side. And go ahead and get that nice crust on there. Now it's been 3 minutes there on that fat cap side. I'm going to turn them over. Oh, look at the beautiful browning we got there. That's what you want to see. That's gorgeous. Kind of turn over on this side here. Let it go for a minute or two. As this thing's kind of odd shape. We'll get it in there. Got a beautiful brown. Oh wow, look at that. Nice sear on that roast. So we got that. I'm going to drain some of the oil out of this pan. Then we're going to deglaze it. Alright, now that I drained off some of that oil, I'm going to come in with some of this onion, bell pepper, and celery nick, you know, just the frozen stuff. I'm just using this to kind of deglaze with. Let's just kind of push this around the pan. This is just going to scrub all that goodness in that beef off the bottom here. I'm going to go in with a couple tablespoons of butter and let that roll just like that there. That'll be good. Now that that butter's melted, I'm going to come in here with a little bit of flour. Oh shoot, that's sugar. Hold on. I add a couple tablespoons of flour. I'm going to stir this around really quick, kind of make a little mini roux here. Man, that sugar, that would have been bad there. I guess it's just been a little sweet. See how we're doing there? I mean, this is a nice dark color to it too. This is going to make a beautiful gravy when we're all done with this. We'll scrape every little bit up off the bottom of that pan. Okay. Stir that around a little bit. Now, I want to come in with some beef stock. That much. Just do it little bit by little bit. We'll stir this in. I'm going to heat up some to about medium. See how that's a nice looking little gravy there. Go in this a little bit more. At this point, I'm going to taste it for flavor. A little cracked pepper to it. Oh, here. Yes, sir. A little bit of salt if I'm a kosher. I'll tell you what, I'll just add some of the sloppy mama. Look at that, that'll be good. I don't know where that salt got off to. Looks like some here. Okay. A little bit of salt there. It's good. The seasoning in stages here, folks. We'll let this simmer for a minute. Alright, I taste it. It's real good, but it's real strong. But that's what we want at this stage in the game. So, I'm going to add some more stock. Stir it in there. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Add about a cup of water. See how it's kind of thin there? That's what you want. Keep stirring. We want to get it just beyond the point to where it's not, the roux's not going to be enough to make it really thick again. We've got a little bit more water there. That's good. That's good. Don't want to have more liquid than that. Now, we'll come in here. Add some big hunks of onion. Big sweet onion pieces. Lay them on the sides like that. I'll do this until just about get the whole. No, these onions are just mainly serving a purpose to hold this roast up here in a second. Some onions, just like that. A little bit more. Here's a good piece there. Now, get my roast back in here. Fat cap up. Got my temperature probe right in the center of it. Set my roast, see right there above all them onions? Don't push them down too much. Don't want them sitting on the very bottom. I got the 265 degree oven. I'm going to pop them in there, put the cap on them, and we'll let them slow roast. So I put them in a 265 degree oven, not covered, just in that pot like that on top of the onions. I got my temperature probe here. I'm going to set this for 130 degrees. Okay, like I said, I set my alarm here for 130. The beef said not about 100 degrees now, because I put it in there at room temperature, you know, after browning it, so that raised the temperature up some. Okay, so my timer just went off for my roast. Not my timer, my temperature at 130. I'm going to remove it and put it here in this Pyrex. I don't know if you can see. I'll just pull the probe out. Too hot. Now I'm going to put a little foil tin over that. So we're going to just tune this with foil. We'll set this aside for now. Now we're going to go back. We got these onions and everything that was cooking in. I'm going to kind of mash these just to get the juice out of everything. Then we'll strain all this off. Keep this good juice, this gravy. Now, I took the roast out, of course, got all those vegetables out. Those vegetables are pretty much sacrificial. Threw them away, juiced all the juice out of them. Now, I'm going to get some potatoes. Just washed little B-sized potatoes is what I like to use for this. I washed them here in this bag. Don't need all that. Well, we'll just use them all. Okay, so make sure you get them nice and clean. Got the B-sized potatoes. Now I'm gonna go in with some more onion, fresh onion here. This will be really good. I'm actually just doing the vegetables separate. That way, everything cooked right. Got some carrots. Some carrots in here. That'll be good. About like that. Now, I'm gonna come back with this juice from the roast. All that good stuff there. Pour that back in here over all the vegetables. Looks like we might need a little bit more, so I'm going to put some of this stock in here. Beef stock. Just to get up towards the top there. I'm going to bring this to a simmer, and then we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven. Actually, I've decided I'm not going to put this in the oven. I'm just going to turn the heat down to low and just let it simmer here and cook all this on the stove. Okay, so the vegetables are done now. I'll put them there with the roast. I'll cover that. I strained out the juice and we'll let it sit. And I'm going to cover this with foil. We're going to eat this in a few hours and we'll make some gravy with it. Okay, several hours have passed and I've got this all that juice, the broth and everything from cooking the roast and the vegetables. It was in the refrigerator and I skimmed the fat off the top. Now what we're going to do, we're going to reduce the rest of this and we'll make that good gravy. It's going to be real good. So we'll put that over about medium heat and just bring that to a simmer. So we'll have great gravy tonight with our roast. Okay, so I've got the gravy with au jus reduced in there. I put some green beans on back here and I cut half of that roast off over here that we're going to serve in a minute because I put it in the refrigerator from earlier after it cooked. The roast looks great and it really, let me turn around here, it cooked to a perfect medium rare up there. What we're going to do is we're actually going to cook it off a little bit more in the gravy. So I'm just kind of slice this kind of thin here. This will make an excellent roast beef sandwiches too. And this is some really good roast here. Make some nice thin slices of this beautiful medium rare roast. It's been allowed to rest and just all the goodness. I mean, that's fantastic how it's turned out. And I tasted a little piece and it's got some serious flavor, I'm telling you. So anyway, we'll get this in the gravy here in just a second. Look at this beautiful gravy. I mean, it's just gorgeous here, how it's reduced. You know, it's not thick. If you want to, make it thick, and I might do that tomorrow for some leftover, make po' boys or something. You put a little cornstarch slurry in here, add some more roux. This has really got a deep flavor to it. It's really good stuff there. What I'm going to do while it's simmering, go ahead and take some of this roast. Just going to lay it in there. Let that roast just simmer in that gravy and just get fantastically flavored and tender. Look at that. Oh yeah. Wow. It's going to be good. So let this roast just simmer here in this gravy. Which I'll use just for a few minutes while I heat up everything else. So now we got some of those potatoes and green beans. I'm going to take some of this really nice looking roast with the gravy set here on the plate. Look at that, yum. Get melon. Get to where it's cupping some of that gravy there. Good stuff. Also, we've got a little cornbread left over. Grab it. If I can. A little piece of cornbread, and that's going to be perfect. Okay. Go ahead and give this a taste. It looks delicious. Smells good too. I tasted it before I even put it in the gravy. Fantastic right there, y'all. Gotta try this one. Bottom round roast, slow cooked, and served with that gravy and the potatoes and a little bit of cornbread. That's some awesome stuff.